Hey guys, welcome back. In this session, I would like to discuss about classes and how to declare that class and how to declare fields inside the class and how to write constructor for that class and how we define functions and how to achieve inheritance in TypeScript. Before entering to topic, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe to get more video updates like this and click the bell icon to get notification when I upload new video. So let's get into topic. What is class? Class is blueprint of specific object and class is term of object-oriented programming and class is a keyword which is used to declare the class. TypeScript gives built-in support of class. We can declare fields inside that class. A field is any variable which is declared inside that class. And we can also write constructor. Constructor is responsible for allocating memory for that object of the class. And we can also define functions which is represent actions of particular code. Inheritance. Inheritance is accessing parent class members in child class. TypeScript supports two types of inheritance, which is single and multi-level. Single is a class inherits from parent class and multi-level is a class inherits from already inherited class. So let's practically discuss what is this inheritance. So let's practically check how to declare this class and how to define members and how to define constructor and how to define function. For that, I want to add one more file, that is 6.ts. Here we need to use keyword, that is class, to create class. So I want to create a class with name employee and I want to create variables which is employee ID, which is number, and employee name, which is string. So these are fields inside this class. To create constructor, we need to use the keyword which is constructor, and I want to get these two variables which is employee ID and employee name through constructor. For that, I want to create ID and I want to create name, which is string. So here I want to assign this ID and name to employee ID and employee name. So now we can get these fields through constructor. After that, I want to print these two variables through display function. So this is how we create function in TypeScript. So this is function and this is constructor. So here I want to print this two employee ID and employee name. And here this function is not returning anything, that's why I'm writing void. I'm returning void. If you want to know more on functions, you can see my part 4 video on this TypeScript series. So let's create this employee object and call this display function. For that, I want to create one var with obj and new employee object. Inside that, I want to pass employee ID and employee name. After that, obj.display. So let's compile and check this file. For that, tsc space 6.ts. After that, you can execute JS file. Node space 6.js. You can see that it is printing one and sample. So let's practically check how inheritance can be achieved in TypeScript. For that, I want to create one more class which is hike and extends employee class. Inside this class, I want to create two methods, which is increment and decrement. Inside this increment method, I just want to print incremented for this employee, and I want to print this dot employee ID. Inside this decrement method, I want to just print decremented for this employee. After that, we need to create one more object for this hike class, and we need to pass base class arguments, which is employee ID and employee name. After that, I want to print increment and obj1 dot decrement. So let's compile and check this file. Now let's check JavaScript file. You can see that it is printing incremented for this employee 2 and incremented for this, decremented for this employee 2, because we are using same employee ID. To check different variations, I just want to take one more object, which is sample 2, and this is object 2. Here I want to call decrement method in object 2. So now let's compile and check this file. Now let's see this JS file. You can see that incremented for this employee 2 and decremented for this employee 3. Now let's check multi-level inheritance. For that, I want to create one more class, which is leave. So here now I want to extend this class from hike. So now I can also access root class fields, which is employee ID and employee name. So here I want to create one method, just apply leave. Now I want to return nothing on it, so void, and then I just want to print leave applied successfully. Now I want to create one object for this leave class. For that, obj3 and new leave class. Then here I want to take employee ID as 4 and here test2, then obj3 dot apply leave. Now let's compile and check this file. Now you can see JS file. You can see that method is calling. In order to check root variables are accessing or not, for that I just want to add here employee ID, this dot employee ID. Now let's compile again and check this file. You can see that leave applied successfully and its printing employee ID is 4. So this is how we create class and we create fields, constructor and function inside that class, and we achieve inheritance like this. If you like my video, please subscribe and share my video.